Why am I covering this show? Why am I covering this stupid, stupid show? Because it's wild. Because Beheneko is freaking wild, and I kind of like it for that. I like the fact that it's just completely wrong in so many ways. But yes, with episode 2, for those that are like not even watching this show, they're like kind of cautiously curious about what the hell this is doing. Yes, they have confirmed in episode 2 that not only has Tama acquired the skill of crossbreeding, but yes, Arya the elf is totally into the idea of Tama. There was a couple points in this episode. We have this whole segment where she gets completely sprayed by this roper, and she gets super mad, saying that only Tama is allowed to do that. Only Tama is allowed to do that. And then later on, Vulcan makes a joke about the fact that elemental cats, which he's not an elemental cat, if they if they go and he might do something to you, and they have the ability to crossbreed. And Arya's just like, yeah, sure, let's do it. I can't wait for you to get bigger so that we can meow meow all night long. I'll give you my first meow meow. This show is wild. This show is wild. Yes, it does seem like, story-wise, they did pretty much confirm in this episode that, yes, my speculation the first episode, she was doing long swords for the sake of being the same as a sword saint. It looks like, I didn't realize this when I was watching or reading through the manga for the first episode. Yeah, she never had long swords. So they are changing quite a bit with the adaptation. I don't mind it. Like, looking through the manga afterwards and checking what they've changed, I don't really mind it. It looks like everything's kind of flowing similarly. Like, it's getting the whole points across, and they're doing a good job of it. And yes, so far, again, the reason why I was checking the manga, they haven't skipped any really spicy scenes, but yeah, this episode was wild. Of course, introducing Vulcan, which was the character that I was looking forward to the most. Like, based on the PVs, I'm like, I want the cat girl. When's the cat girl gonna join? And again, they had to push it all the second episode, which, yeah, she's great so far. And it's so great because she kind of facilitates a few things in this. Yes, technically becoming Arya's first party member, which was sweet. Again, we'll get some heart in there. I like the fact that, yes, Vulcan, apparently her party broke up because somebody got pregnant. And I like, again, the same conversations. They talk about crossbreeding. And yes, sorry, Vulcan, you just finally got a party again, and Arya ain't gonna last long. I'm sorry, Vulcan, you finally found a party, and Arya is probably gonna crossbreed with Tama eventually, and you're gonna lose your party again. But no, she was sweet. I like her addition to the party. She got a little bit of that extra spunk to kind of add in there. She's total, like, badass in combat, which I loved. Catgirl with a massive hammer. Yes, please. Thank you. We're all good here. But no, it's funny because, like, yes, she's obviously thinks that Tom is super cute. Makes some armor for him. Thinks it's super cute. Everybody loves the armor. They go out to fight together. And again, they kind of change things around here because in the anime, it makes it out as if she's trying to test Arya to see what she would make for her. But again, her obsession is the longswords in the anime. She wants the longswords so much, even though everybody's literally telling her, you're too slow with them. She wants them. And the moment that she finally gets a dagger, bam, she power levels up. Like, she's super fast and she's super strong and everything. And it's like, I really badly wanted to do long swords for the sword saint. Oh, well, I guess I'll do these. Like, I thought that would be like some like internal struggle that she would have because she hasn't had daggers up to this point, again, in the anime only. And yet right here, it's like, oh, it's established. It makes you really powerful and fast. Okay, I guess I'll do daggers. Let's go together, Tom. It's like, what was the point of that? At least it made sense as to why she was kind of struggling a little bit. In the manga, things like when she was fighting Cosmon, the reason why she was struggling so much there is because he was using a magical ring. It wasn't the fact that she was super slow because she had the swords. Now, it does imply that Vulcan goes there with her and gives her some pointers on not being so direct. And that's what was holding her back, is that she's too direct and that her abilities are too straightforward. Like, it's not that big of a deal, but it's like, okay, I guess it's enough to kind of improve her a little bit there. Again, my whole point in the first episode impression was that, okay, it's going to be Inukai-san's dog situation here. It is, yes, I even did it in this episode, the idea of him walking with the two girls, and he's getting a view, and he's like, oh, this is inappropriate. But I was hoping that it would have at least a little bit of a kind of a build up for the characters, see their skills kind of get stronger, just to kind of offset the in-betweens. Because it's not going to be ecchi all the time, so it's got to have some good comedy and a decent fantasy world to kind of go with it. And it's doing okay so far. And again, I think the anime-only aspect of the swords is a nice little addition there. And again, they're very much so heavily implying the idea that Arya does not like demons. Again, the demons seem to have attacked her settlement, and the Sword Saint saved them, but she doesn't like them. Now, it was weird about the Philosopher's Stone. At some point, they go to this little bath, and yeah, great there. They go to this little bath there, and at some point, there's a Philosopher's Stone that's keeping the monsters away. And she immediately calls back to her family. So I'm not sure if they're implying that there was a Philosopher's Stone there and it failed to protect them, or maybe that's something that the demons are drawn to that she knows something about. I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be that deep. I'm always kind of curious if it'll be that deep. I don't think it's going to be that deep, but we'll see. But no, it was great having Vulcan there and having the comment made about crossbreeding, how elemental cats crossbreed. You should be very careful because at some point it could get too big and it's going to pin you down and then you're going to have kids. And Arya's like totally for it. And Vulcan's even shocked, like, wow, Arya, I didn't think you were like that. And like, she's not disgusted by it. It just seems like she's like, oh wow, you're kind of like that. I didn't think you were like that. I thought you were the pure girl or something like that. And literally cut forward, she gets saved, and she's literally all doki doki for Tama now too. It's a strong man. Which I guess, yes, technically they do question the idea of, okay, well, Vulcan, were you a crossbreed with an elemental cat? Is that how they make the cat girls? It's a good question. It's a good question. Anyway, it's wild. All that stuff around that stuff's wild. And yeah, because of all that stuff that kind of plays out, they become party members. Now Tama's getting sandwiched between the two of them, and everybody else is jealous. Everybody else is jealous. Yeah, and technically, amidst that little joke there, we do get the confirmation that he does have these other forms, which I kind of assumed that was the direction it was going to go. He's always been afraid of the idea of being outed as a behemoth, that everybody's going to be terrified of him. And then here, yes, he's technically getting the okay that he can change to his next form, which he's afraid to because it'll be Behemoth, which we all know the direction that's going to go. At some point, Arya is going to be in like grave danger. She's going to be nearly dead, and then he's going to have to transform in order to protect her, and then she's not going to care. And I'm probably going to assume it's probably going to be a little bit bigger. It's probably going to be like an elemental cat like we see with the Sword Saint. At this point, I'm kind of wondering if they're just all the same anyways. Like, is elemental cats just behemoths? Is he even a behemoth? Behemoths don't typically look like this style of cat, so it doesn't make any sense. He's like a tabby or something like that. Anyways, that's all that. It was cute getting a little bit more into Arya. The fact that she apparently, whenever she finds poor kids that are orphans, she'll take them to the church and stops by there on a regular basis to take care of them. And yeah, it wraps up everything with the note that there's some demons nearby and they're going to have to go fight them. The preview looks like they're going to get a full party together, so it looks like we're going to have a lot of characters introduced next episode, which hopefully they'll have a good chemistry to go with things. And they'll probably all like Tama and want to sleep with Tama. They're gonna get a party together to fight the demons, and there's gonna be a bunch of people that are gonna be thirsty for Tama. Everybody wants the cat. I don't know why everybody wants to sleep with the cat. You would think with how many people get so thirsty with Tama that the world would be full of cat girls. It should be a world full of like nothing but cat girls. But yeah, solid episode. Good ecchi mixed here and there. The whole licking her ear and her getting all ero. I don't know what they were translating that to. EILF? I'm not sure exactly what that was supposed to imply. The manga, and you can hear it audibly, he's saying Ero Elf. Eruf. So I don't know what ELF is supposed to be short for. Gotta say, whoever's doing the subtitling, please stop with Vulcan. I hate whenever they do this. It's clever sometimes, but for the most part, it doesn't work. If you're going to subtitle the nyas within the actual words, don't. If you're going to, don't. I don't get the whole idea of if the character says bike nya, for some reason they have to say biank. Like it's you don't have to put the mu inside of the actual word, because in the Japanese, they're just putting at the end. So stop trying to do some weird gimmick. Like at some point they said, I'm getting a feeling for what you're saying, and it said feline for what you're doing or something like that. And it's like I had to like triple check it to figure out what she was saying. Because as you're reading the subtitles, as the show's going along, you're having to decipher what the subtitler is doing. Whoever's translating, you're trying to decipher what their joke was. And so when I have to pause and go back to, because I seen feline instead of feeling, oh, okay, it's feeling, it breaks the purpose of the subtitle. Just put feeling ya. You don't have to say feline as a joke. Stop it. Please stop it. You're butchering it and you're making it difficult to read. Anyways, that was a total rant that I had building up in my mind as I was watching this show. Stop it. But no, good ecchi here. There, the her getting sprayed was great, and his mind going crazy every now and then. He's getting more lewd. I noticed that with towards the later part of this episode, he's constantly thinking about them. Whereas it seemed like in episode 1, he was going out of his way not to look at Arya. Now he's just like, okay, looking. It's like maybe he's going in heat. We're gonna get crossbreeding really quickly here. I like how it went out of its way to say that he got the mucus too, because it was right after she said that only he could do that. So I don't know if he's actually gonna mucus her or if she's gonna ask to be mucused. I wouldn't doubt it. At this point, I don't doubt anything. But anyways, I'm going to stop there before I get demonetized. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I don't know why I'm still covering this show. We'll see. Again, this might just turn into me my have fun for the week impressions video, which is fine. But I hope you guys enjoy it. If you did, hit the like button down below, comment. Let me know what you think of the series. Are you thinking this is too much? Are you thinking this is great? This is peak anime. This is the anime of the year already. We're just literally 4 days into the year, and we already got anime of the year here. Let me know. Additionally, if you like this content and you want to support channel more, I have links in the description below. Greatly appreciate it. Until next time, you'll take care.